Hi, I'm Carly and I am a member of the Counselling Directory. I run my private practice, Sunlight Counselling, here in Dorchester, Dorset, where I offer face-to-face sessions, and I also offer online sessions for people anywhere in the UK. So I am talking today about highly sensitive people, and what does that mean? So a highly sensitive person is somebody who has the high sensitivity personality trait, and it's important to recognise that it is a personality trait and not a disorder or condition. Roughly 20% of the world's population has the high sensitivity personality trait, but often our world isn't set up for this high sensitivity. This can mean that growing up we heard things like we were too sensitive, we were oversensitive, we were maybe told we had a low pain threshold, or that we needed to harden up. All of these things can be really damaging to our self-esteem, especially if we don't know or understand that it comes from our high sensitivity, which is in fact nothing to be fixed or sorted out, but actually a great strength for us. So high sensitivity can mean that we take in stimulus from the world around us at a deeper level than the rest of the population. So this might be an awareness of light coming in, it feels super strong, or it could be a smell in the office that we just can't concentrate on what we're doing because we cannot ignore this smell. It could be that we feel the undercurrents in social situations more strongly. So for example, two people arguing in a room or not arguing but not getting on is something that a highly sensitive person may be very, very aware of, almost to the point that sometimes it can make us feel uncomfortable enough to avoid the situations. Loud noises, loud situations where there's lots and lots of light and colour, like concerts, can feel difficult for highly sensitive people because it feels like a huge amount of information to be taking in all the time. Another thing that highly sensitive people often experience is an increased sensitivity towards feelings, thoughts and emotions. So maybe you are somebody who avoids violent films because it's difficult to watch, but your friends don't understand why. Or maybe you are somebody who tears up at the song and nobody else is crying. All of these things can contribute to our experience as a highly sensitive person, but also contribute to how we feel about ourselves and our sensitivity. Highly sensitive people are often intuitive, creative, wonderful people who feel things deeply and are able to offer support and care to others as a result. But because our world is not set up for highly sensitive people, we can often feel agitated, startled, intruded upon, and actually when unchecked, our high sensitivity can mean that we are more likely to experience burnout than that of the rest of the population. On its more positive end of the trait is associated with creativity, deeper relationships, more meaningful experiences, which is great. But often we just experience these negative sides where we're told that what we're feeling isn't okay. It's not right. We feel too much and we need to stop. And what this can do is have a really damaging impact on our self-esteem. So counselling for highly sensitive people is a great experience usually, because highly sensitive people tend to want to delve deeply into things and to have the space to do that without too much overwhelm from the outside world. So a one-to-one relationship like the one that happens in counselling in a safe, quiet space can feel like the perfect place to start to explore those aspects of yourself. Counselling can be really helpful in the first instance to identify if you have those highly sensitive traits, and then to start to build acceptance with what that means for you. Some of those things that I've mentioned that we're told as we grow up about being too sensitive or needing to toughen up and have a thicker skin can be really detrimental on our self-esteem as adults. So what this can mean is that we grow into adults who are constantly at war with ourselves, telling ourselves that we need to be different than how we are. So counselling can create a space to start to develop acceptance of who we are. And the other thing it can do is to help manage the burnout that high sensitivity people tend to experience more than others. Creating patterns for self-care that suits you and creating a space to explore the things that you have going on can be incredibly helpful for this. Counselling is a space that's free of judgment. And as highly sensitive people, we often experience judgment very, very painfully from the world around us. So to be able to exist in a space and explore the things around us without judgment can be hugely helpful. Counselling as a highly sensitive person can lead to higher self-esteem, a chance to learn tools to support yourself and avoid burnout, and the opportunity to develop a sense of self that means you can assert yourself in this world, which is often not set up for us to thrive in. Through this counselling work, we can assert what we need to give us the environment that we can thrive in. If you're thinking you'd like to connect to a counsellor, myself and other professionals are available through the counselling directory. You can also find me through my website, which will be linked below. And I'm also on Instagram as the Self-Esteem Therapist.